Imagine you had a tool that would allow you to master and learn any subject, topic, or skill in the world. And on top of that, it has thousands of years of evidence. Many people, many historical people have used it in the past. Would you use such a skill? Well, I know I would. And I've been doing it for the past few months. I've been doing it to learn multiple subjects, for example, psychology, cognitive psychology, the art of learning, history, communication, philosophy. So, what is this skill that I'm referring to? What is this skill set that people use in the past and has thousands of years of evidence behind it? Well, it's simple. Writing. Specifically, writing essays, writing to learn. So firstly, why is writing essays so useful, such a good tool to master and learn subjects? Well, firstly, because it has evidence behind it. It has evidence, and specifically the two best ways to learn and master any skill, subject, or topic. And those are active recall and testing. When you write essays, not only are you recalling the information that you've learned, you're also testing yourself because you're trying to summarize the information that you've just learned. You're effectively testing yourself on what you know right now. So that's why it actually works. That's why writing essays, writing to learn actually works for you. And it has worked for thousands of people, thousands of years in the past. So how do you actually do it? How do you actually just write essays? Well, it's also pretty simple. Obviously, we need to gather this information from somewhere. We need to gather the information, actually have something to write about. So let's start with an easy example. Let's say I'm reading this book, Ultra Learning by Scott Young, and I'm on the chapter Meta Learning, the first chapter. And after I've underlined it, after I've got my pencil out, underlined certain aspects of it, I've gathered key terms from the book, and I've actually underlined key phrases. I then want to put the book down, and then recall everything I've just learned from that book, from that chapter of meta learning. I'll write an essay about the chapter of meta learning, ask certain questions to myself. What is meta learning? Why does meta learning work? And how can you actually apply it in your learning? I'll write a full essay, a mini essay about 500 words on what I can answer, what I know of based on those questions I've asked myself. And if I don't understand, or if I don't know a certain aspect of a question, I don't get the question, that shows that I just need to revise and go back to the original source and just figure out and find out the answer to that question. So that's how you can apply writing essays through gathering information through books, for example, Ultra Learning or whatever book it may be. So when you try to learn through this method of writing essays, writing to learn, not only will you be able to gather information in a digestible format, because we know that we can't always just read books all the time, but if you actually have it in a summarized format, in a format of a mini essay, not only will you be able to explain it to somebody else in a very digestible format, you can also use this in other forms. You can create newsletters, for example, create articles, and just show what you know of to other people as well. So ultimately, when you just start small in this form of learning, writing short essays, a brief size essay, and afterwards you just start eventually increasing the size of these essays, you'll be able to master any subject effortlessly.